two string methods that I use the most probably are index_of, which we looked at in the previous lesson, and substring, which is the focus of this lesson. Substring allows me to extract a part of a string. The substring method has two parameters. First is starting index, which is an integer. So where do I want to begin pulling from? And then how many characters do I want to extract? That's also an integer. If I exclude the number of characters, it will go to the end of the string to extract. So let's look at an example here. I have my string, which contains the text, my dog has fleas. Then I'm going to dim xyz as a string, and it's going to equal my string.substring, and I'm going to go to character index 3. That is the D of dog. Remember, we start counting with 0, so M is 0, the Y is 1, the space is 2, the D is index 3, and I want 3 characters. The result is xyz will contain the word dog. If I take zyx as a string and have it equal my string.substring and only specify character index 7. Now that 7 is the H in my string. It's going to go to the very end, so therefore the result is zyx contains the string has fleas. Let's go back to our South Mountain Community College string has ABC, and let's look at some more examples. So if I say abc.substring 0, 1, it's going to take one character starting at index 0. That's going to be the uppercase S. However, if I take 5 characters, so substring 0, 5, I'm going to get the word south. If I start with character index 6 and go 8 characters, I'll get the word mountain. Starting with index 15, that's the C of community, it's going to read to the very end and extract that as community college. Index number 12 is the I of mountain. I'm going to take 4 characters, so it's going to be IN space uppercase C. And then we can concatenate these as well. So if I take ABC substring, get character 15, and take only one character, that's going to be the uppercase C of community. And then go to character 21, that's the I of community, and read to the end, ITY college, put those together as a concatenation, and we get city college. As I mentioned, I use index_of and substring a lot, often in combination. Here I have a string variable named my name, which contains the name Joni Smith. I'm going to create an integer variable called spacelock, and it's going to equal my name.index_of, and in the parentheses I have a quote space quote, so it's looking for a literal space, and that's going to be index 6. The J in Joni is 0, O is 1, A is 2, N is 3, I is 4, E is 5. The space is index 6. Then I can use that value in the substring to extract the first name and to extract the last name. So here, first name is a string variable equals my string.substring. We're going to start with character 0, the J in Joni, and do space lock characters. That's 6 characters. And we extract the word Joni. The next line, we have last name as a string equals my string.substring. Here we're going to start with one character and read to the end. Now the character we're going to start with is not the space lock, but the character after it. So we do .substring space lock plus 1, and the result is last name equals Smith. So you can see how we use the index_of and the substring together to extract parts of a phrase or a name. Let's look at this in use. I have a text box in this little example where the user enters a name. They click the extract button and are told what the first name and the last name are. So in this case, it's looking for the space and then extracting the first name and the last name, basically using the code that I've just demonstrated. It doesn't matter how long the names are. It will successfully extract the first name and the last name based on the space. Let's take a look at the code. In the interface, I have a text box named txtName, a button named btn extract names, and a label lbl output. The code for the button is I'm going to dim first name and last name as string. I'm going to find the space index as an integer, that's a variable name, space index, equals txtName.text text.index of, and I'm looking for a literal space. So quote, space, quote. If, however, it comes back with a -1, meaning there's no space in the name, I'm going to show a message box that says please enter a full name, first, last, and the title being incorrect entry. Otherwise, we'll extract the first name as txtname.text.substring 0, space index. Last name equals txtname.text substring space index +1. And then my output is just a literal string that's going to say the first name is, and whatever the first name is, you can do a carriage return line feed, and then the last name is whatever the last name is. If they change the name, I'm going to clear the output and say enter a full name, first, last, and click the extract button. So that's handling the txtname.text changed. If you just jumped into this video, you can see all the videos from the Programming Practicum playlist by clicking on the image in the lower right. And if you'd like to be alerted to future videos I create, you can click my picture in the top right to subscribe to the channel.